Alright.
Story is
I'll
one
peep.
of the greatest comeback stories known. Simply's story is one of the greatest comeback stories known to man.
Yes, stroke my ego. Let's go, man.
It's a story of adversity, sadness, and triumph.
It looks like you already have
So
the
how
chips bad
exactly
ideas.
did Twitch streamer and previous owner of the world's fastest time at Super Mario 64
Previous owner.
go from this to doing this? Well, it all starts in the Mushroom Kingdom. Simply was nowhere to be found here. Instead, it was Toad Birdo.
What the fuck
Toad
is
Birdo
happening?
was always the fastest Toad. He would never let any of the other Toads get ahead of him, especially when it came to their annual Big Penguin race.
Okay.
He was simply the fastest. Then one day, Toad Birdo was watching his favorite League of Legends streamer on own3d.tv.
Holy shit, he
and
knows
all
the
of a sudden,
story!
The wild Thwomp crushed it, and its entire viewer base with it.
It's true!
This resulted in a migration to a newfound platform, known as Twitch.
This is all
Upon
true.
first opening up Twitch, he found someone live streaming Super Mario 64 speedruns, and this person was known as Siglemic, the biggest
Siglemic!
and best speedrunner at the time. Toad Birdo was instantly hooked.
That's me, as a
He
child.
watched these live streams for hours a day, and it got to a point where he had stopped doing his Toad duties around Peach's castle.
Yep. That's real.
Furious, Princess Peach stripped him of his shirt and kicked him to the curb.
Fairly
Castless
accurate.
and shirtless, Toad Birdo decided he would change his name to Simply, for simply no apparent reason, and moved to Minnesota.
What?
Now-
Where? From where? Oh, from the fucking Mushroom Kingdom? Damn, my belly's out.
Living
Oh,
in
you can't see it.
Minnesota with two totally rad parents, Simply decided he wanted to give speedrunning a try.
Yeah.
Being absolutely terrible at it, Simply's innate desire to be the fastest kicked in, and he started speedrunning more and more. He finally got good enough to a point where he could finally beat the game, and started uploading YouTube videos of his speedruns.
Something like that.
Things were going smoothly for Simply, and life was overall pretty simple.
Nice.
Before you knew it, 2 years flew by quicker than Miskiff's attention span while building tables.
That's fucking fast. It's so weird seeing Maya with hair.
Enter 2015. Simply had decided he wanted to play a Nintendo game that didn't start with Super, so he picked up Super
I wanted to play the game 1 pixel. It's literally 1
Smash Bros.
pixel.
Melee. Being the toxic Marth main he was,
Yep.
he decided he wanted to play a character that would guarantee the opposing player would break their controller in a fit of rage.
They were already doing that, actually. If you want the facts, I was playing Marth, and then the people at my school were talking some shit, because they were like, oh yeah, you can only do it with Marth. You know, that was kind of the vibe. Because I was clapping everyone's ass, right? And they were pissed. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, fine. I'll play Fox and clap your ass, too.
This, however, was no easy feat, and would require hours of practice a day. He practiced things like shine on shield backwards and wave dashes.
Yep.
These things, however, were very strenuous on the hands, and did not immediately result in pain. Instead, an evolution of pain. The first thing he noticed was his right hand would get tired. Then it became a burning sensation, eventually reaching a sharp pain that would prevent him from doing simple house chores,
True.
like taking his shirt off.
Top it off. Alright, here we go. This is what you were waiting for, wasn't it?
Realizing something was wrong, he stopped playing Super Smash, and went back to speedrunning.
True.
The year is now 2017, and Simply had noticed that the hand pain was only getting worse, completely breaking his will and motivation to speedrun. The only thought going through his head was that if he didn't fix his hand, he would never be able to speedrun again.
What the
Simply
fuck is
decided
this?
to go to a doctor to figure out what was wrong with his hand, and was diagnosed with tendonitis. Devastated, Simply was willing to do anything to get his hands back to how they once were.
True.
The doctor told him to ice his hand and do stretches daily. 6 months had passed, and it yielded 0 results.
True. Didn't do shit,
At a
man.
complete loss of ideas, he tried going to an orthopedist. He was then diagnosed with carpal tunnel in his right hand and cubital tunnel in his
Damn,
left.
this guy knows everything.
Still willing to do anything, Simply underwent a lengthy 15-minute surgery.
They let me play any song during the surgery, so I was able to play Ski Mask the Slump God. It was pretty lit. Very short surgery. They just numb your hand. It hurts really bad for like a second, and then they just go in there and do the shit.
Luckily, it was a success. After the surgery, the pain subsided, But there was still this phantom pain that lingered as a result of his tendonitis.
Mm-hmm. Well, the surgery was only able to help with carpal tunnel.
2019 rolled around, and Simply had decided it was time to get shredded, but not in the traditional sense. He was going to attempt strengthening his hands. Sadly, it didn't matter how ripped his fingers were. The relief was only temporary, and the pain would always come back. The pain got so
Nothing
bad
worked.
that he dreaded
Nothing.
going to school due to him having to take notes. He actually started teaching himself to write with his left hand and use the mouse with his left. Due
True.
to the excruciating pain.
I can
Simply
write
thought that
left-handed.
This was as good as his tendonitis was going to get, and was ready to release a recovery guide to YouTube. That's when, what might have seemed like the one Bomb-Omb in all of Bomb-Omb Battlefield, there was a Twitch comment referencing a Super Smash Melee player named Silent Wolf,
Mm-hmm.
who had read a book by the name The Mind-Body Prescription,
That's
and
the
it
book.
had helped him fix his tendonitis. This book had easily become the most important book Simply has ever read.
True.
He had tried everything, from surgery to strengthening exercises, and none of them yielded results. So no matter how skeptical he wanted to be, he was willing to give anything a shot. He spent 10 to 20 minutes a day meditating, and another 10 to 20 minutes writing in a notebook all of his repressed emotions. And in what seemed to have been a miracle's length of time, 1 week had passed, and his hand pain was completely gone.
Boom.
Ecstatic to finally have his hands back, he would play Mario upwards of 8 to 10 hours a day, with no pain. Fast forward to March 31st, 2020, Simply was no longer in college, and he was at his absolute prime. His hands were working like a well-oiled Goomba.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting flashbacks to his days back in Peach's castle. He was the fastest Toad.
Yeah, Pew.
That day, Simply, or should I say Toadberto, finally broke the Super Mario 64 world record with
What
a
the
time
fuck?
of 1:38:28.
Big day. That was a big day.
I did it.
I'm gonna cry. Ah, fuck.
Oh my baby! Oh my god! I knew it was coming! Oh my god!
What
Oh my god!
What'd you get? What was your time?
Oh my god!
138.28.
Oh my
So
god!
11 seconds or 9 seconds?
Oh!
Guess who's number one in the world?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Simply is a pillar of inspiration in the speedrunning community, and shows us though it may seem impossible, anything is possible if you put your heart and soul into it.
True.
Thank you, Simply, for all you've done, and may you keep up the great content you've been supplying us for years. Simply now resides in Miskiff's dungeon with a bright future of content creation in front of him.
Pretty sick. Damn, he got a lot of things. That was pretty much all accurate. Nice job, Dewdog. Yeah, I'll link the vid. That's a good video. Thank you for putting such effort into this video. It's kind of cool to watch it all back. You forget some things, honestly. I don't know how he got all these facts. Must have been watching a lot. Dope video, man. I almost cried. I don't know how you got all the facts, but you did good stuff. Yay! Nice. I'm surprised I had 8 upvotes, honestly. Oh, I'm not even upvoting these.